Hi guys, I'm Country Gal Bubba here on Crooked Sea Acres, and on this episode of Modern Day Homesteading in Arizona, I'm going to talk about foundation and the challenges we've already had so far just to do the foundation. Okay guys, so here you see the flags and the stakes up for what we need to do the foundation of the house. So y'all are gonna have to use your imagination. And you'll see out there, the septic has been covered. So it took quite a bit of time for Billy and I to measure and square everything up. So what you're looking at here is the porch, the mudroom. You'll see the main part of the house, and then in the back will be a full-length back porch, so we can have an outdoor kitchen and a great entertaining area. We'll have a nice wide open space for a beautiful backyard, and of course we'll plant trees and bushes and all sorts of fun things. Okay, so right here I am standing in the exact spot on the porch where I plan to have a porch swing. And this is why. Look at that. We will have this gorgeous view of the White Mountains. Okay, so after we had everything set up to have the septic tank put in, we'd already talked to the guys we were hiring, and so we're like, okay, we need to find some concrete guys. Okay, my husband's done masonry like once, and we don't have a tractor, so we're not going to come out here with shovels and just like dig up for our footers, right? So we had one company recommended to us. He came out, he measured. We had an approximate time that we were going to do it, because at the time we were waiting for the septic tank permit. We didn't know that Apache County was going to be so quick and efficient with it. And then when we submitted the building plans, we didn't know how quick and efficient the Apache County was going to be, right? So you couldn't say, okay, we're going to build this day. You have to have your permits in place, your materials, all that good stuff. So we did plan ahead. We bought all the block and the mortar and rebar and all that good stuff. Okay, so we contact the guy. We're like, hey, we're submitting the building permit. It's only going to be a matter of time. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm booked out. And it was like 3 months later. We're like, well, dude, we talked to you about this. We had like an approximate time that we were going to do this, but apparently that wasn't good enough. So then we get put off. We did call around to some other contractors. They were out like 7 months, and we're like, we want to be in our house before the winter. This is crazy. And so it just took a matter of talking to people. My husband's so good at that, just asking around, finding things. And we found another guy. So he comes out and he measures, and we get a quote from him. And so we even had a date. He said, I'm going to start digging on Monday so you guys can call for the inspection on Thursday, and I have concrete scheduled for Friday for the footers. We're like, yes, this is so great. And we come out here like on a Tuesday night. We hadn't heard from the guy. Nothing had been done. Oh, what the heck? So Billy gets a hold of him, and it takes a while. He doesn't answer his phone, things like this. And that's another thing with the other guy too. He wasn't returning phone calls. So that's why we end up just trying to find someone else, because he didn't actually return phone calls or text messages to verify a date at the end of July, like he was saying was available. Anyways, yeah, so here we are with the second guy, and he's not out here doing what he said he's supposed to do. And we're like, okay, so how are we going to have an inspection on Thursday for concrete to be poured on Friday when he's not out here working? Then Billy gets hold of him. He says, well, the concrete company pushed me out. There's so much building. And I don't know, it just sounded like an excuse. And my husband says, I have friends that are coming over to help me build the floor 4th of July weekend. I need this stuff done. You need to tell me when things happen so I could tell my friends, that we can't build. And he says, oh, well, I didn't know that. And I'm like, you know what? He didn't need to know that. He just needed to do his job. Why does he need to know what we're doing next? So that kind of tells me that he put us off and maybe not the concrete company. Yeah. So that was really frustrating. And then he too did not return phone calls to set up another day. And I was really questioning my husband. I'm like, okay, is your phone working right? Maybe his phone isn't working right. And he's like, no, look at my text messages. Look at how many times I've called this guy. I'm like, this is nuts. What the heck's going on? So we decided, or my husband decided, he's like, I'm just going to do it myself. I'm going to figure it out. And a friend of ours joked about becoming YouTube certified. So, yeah. Anyways, so we talked to a neighbor who has a tractor. And he's like, oh, yeah, I can come do it. We met with him. He knew the ins and outs of it. He's a good old guy, kind of like so many people in our family that they just know how to do things, you know? And so we're like, this is going to be great. Well, then he calls us back, says he has a hydraulic leak in his tractor. And we're like, oh my gosh, when are we ever going to be able to build our house? But he says, I have a number to another guy. So we now have another guy lined up. And he's been out here. He said he'll do it. He was very concerned about how rocky this area is. I've talked about that in the other videos. This is old volcano country. So we have lots and lots of buried rocks. So anyway, so he's going to come out on Monday. I hope that really happens. If he does, I can't tell you how happy I'm going to be. So he's going to come out on Monday. My husband's going to be out here to help. And yeah. So we'll see if it actually happens. We do have some time because we figure as long as we can get this dug out, get it cleaned out, we can lay the rebar. So yeah, so we're doing this all on our own. So that'll be fun. Okay, guys, so let's just pray that everything works out the way it's supposed to. I'm going to say this is going to be part 1 of the foundation, because we know that when it comes time to actually dig and pour and do all that stuff, there's so much more to talk about with that. So this is the end of part 1 for the foundation for our new house build on modern day homesteading in Arizona. Bye, guys.